What is up, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Exoprimal is a game that I didn't expect to be good. I didn't expect it to be fun. I didn't expect it to suck me in. And I didn't expect it to just be a great game. And I would go as far to say it's one of the best multiplayer co-op games of the year 2023. Now, let me explain to you why that is and kind of go over a little bit about the game and what it's like so you can kind of draw your own conclusion. It is a PvPvE game. It's a 5v5 with interaction with the other team sometimes. Now, there's a lot more to it than that, but I want to say it was a game that I wasn't expecting to be good. The trailers, the gameplay, everything about it looked pretty mediocre, pretty meh. You know, as the kids say, pretty mid. And I was like, whatever, man. You know, it's just another game that you're going to play for a little bit and quit and whatever. And it was on Game Pass, and I was like, well, I have Game Pass. Why not try it? I mean, if it's dumb, it's dumb, you know, whatever. And I played it for the first hour, and I was like, wow, this actually feels really good. This plays really good, and this is fun. And I played it all weekend. Sunk tons of hours into it. And it's that good. It really is. Now, you might think it's like other games like Overwatch because of the hero element and the 5v5, and you could say that's true. And it's also like a horde game, except instead of killing, you know, rats and Vermintide or zombies in Left 4 Dead, you're killing dinosaurs, which is pretty unique. Now, the game does offer a lot of content, and a lot of people have been kind of complaining about the lack of variety of things and stuff, but that opens up as you get further in. The game has 10 exosuits that are all different. You know, you got 3 tanks, 3 healers, and 4 DPS. They all have modules you can unlock to customize them with that change the parameters and properties, give them special skills. They have these things called rigs, which are secondary weapons that they will equip that give them another weapon type that's on a cooldown. You have an ultimate skill that's on a cooldown that, you know, builds up over time. You have a couple other, each exosuit has like 3 to 4. Some of them have, I guess, 5 skills that you can, you know, use in battle that kind of alter and change what they do and do different things. It's got 5 game modes that you'll participate in during a round, a mission. You know, you'll do those 5 game modes. You'll do 3, 4, 5 different rounds. Then you'll go to a final round. And, you know, those game modes, at first you're only going to do a couple, and more game modes will open up as you play. There's quite a few different finale rounds or final rounds that will open up as you play as well. You'll get new ones of those. And that's it. That's the gameplay loop. You do X amount of rounds, go to a final, and that's the game. The difference is, during the rounds, you really can't interact with the enemy team. You'll see them. You'll be aware of their existence in another dimension that's a copy of yours, but you won't interact with them until the final. And you won't always interact with them. Sometimes you won't see them and you can't interact with them, and it's just a score race or whatever. But a lot of times you will interact with the enemy team. And one of the coolest ways to interact with an enemy team without being in the same dimension is the Dominator. Basically, you can summon a dinosaur, one player on your team, whoever picks it up. You can summon a dinosaur and control it and then invade the enemy's realm, and you can attack them. And it's pretty cool. It allows you to control a dinosaur, which, I mean, people liked Left 4 Dead because you got to play as zombies, so you do get to play as a dinosaur in this game, albeit it's for a short time. And it's pretty fun and pretty cool. So I really like the Dominator thing. It's kind of a catch-up mechanic because the team that's losing will get it first. The team that's winning will get it afterwards. So they do have a lot of catch-up mechanics in this game that if a team really is struggling, the game will try to help you if you're getting your butt kicked. Versus, you know, if you're doing really good, you'll get some assistance, especially if it's a closer game. But if you're like dominating the enemy team, you might not even get a Dominator in a round, but you usually get them every match. So very neat little system, and there's other catch-up mechanics too in there, but I don't want to go into all that stuff. Now, there are a lot of unlocks in the game, a lot of things to get. Like I said, you're going to be upgrading your exosuits and stuff early on, unlocking, you know, upgrades and different abilities for them. Well, I guess different modules for them to change how the abilities behave and what they do. And, you know, a lot of people gave the game a lot of slack or a lot of hate, I guess, because they thought they played it for an hour and they were killing the same 5 different dinosaurs or so or whatever. And that's kind of how the game is, which is kind of a weird thing, but it's not that bad. Once you get about, you know, 10 to 15 battles in, you'll start seeing, you know, new dinosaurs, new content will open up. early on, you should just be focused on like upgrading your exosuits, finding ones you like, finding ones you enjoy, and then going from there. So that's a huge roadblock that a lot of people stop at, which is interesting, but I mean, I get it. I understand. One thing that this game really needs to be praised for is the performance. It is so smooth. It plays so fluid, fast. It feels good. No bugs I've ever had. You know, so many games this year have launched unpolished, buggy, broken, FPS drops, all this kind of just stuff going on. While this game just is responsive, fluid. When you hit stuff, it feels like you hit them. You know, it's just good. It feels good. It feels like a fast-paced, you know, kind of game that you would expect. And I think that needs to be definitely praised and not overlooked. So overall, the game is just fun. It's just like if you played Left 4 Dead or if you played Vermintide or any other kind of horror-style game where you killed, you know, tons and tons of whatever creature and just progressed, leveled up, did new stuff. It's got all that going for it. And the devs seem to be very supportive of it. They seem to be wanting to support this in the long run, add tons of content. You know, there is monetization, but none of it is in-game. You can't buy in-game currency. You can't buy anything. There's no in-game currency. Everything is bought in-game with an in-game currency. There are a couple packs you can buy outside, but all those are early unlocks for a couple of the exosuits, which you can get in the game relatively easily. And then there's the battle pass, and then they have some cosmetics in little bundles. But there's nothing really is gated from you, and if gated cosmetics behind a paywall bother you that much, then I don't know if you should be gaming in 2023 with any kind of online game, because that's just par for the course. So all of it's accessible to people that buy the game. You don't get nothing gated off unless you really care about the season pass, I guess, but that's all cosmetics as well. And the devs have a pretty big roadmap planned. They already have 10 exosuit variants coming out in August. They have the first season starting at the end of July. Then they have 10 more exosuits coming out later in the year. And new maps, modes, rigs, modules. They have all kinds of stuff planned, which is pretty surprising that they are going to support the game that heavily after launch. Usually, you know, we don't see content and stuff for a lot of games like this for like a month or 2 or 3 after launch. So it's very refreshing to see more coming for the game, more support, and that just incentivizes people to keep playing it. Like, why would you want to play a game that's not going to get any support afterwards, you know? It's just like, oh, wow, these are the only things we got, and there's nothing more to look forward to. So overall, like I said, I think it's a great game. One of the best games of the year, especially as far as multiplayer goes, co-op, you know, and it does a lot of unique things, and it's great for the genre of PvPvE. And I highly recommend it to anybody that has Game Pass. Give it a shot. You have nothing to lose. You already have Game Pass. If you're leery and want to wait, pick it up on a sale when it's like 40 or 30 bucks. But like I said, Game Pass is a must play, a must try. And if you hate it, you hate it. If you love it, you love it. You might find something new to do for the summer or for the time that it's, you know, out. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about the game, drop them down below and I'll try to help you out. But like always, like I said, thank you for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.